Watch me crochet over a Dollar Tree baseball cap, pattern included. I'm starting out with a baseball cap I got at the Dollar Tree store, and now I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to begin. I'm making this pattern up as I go. I'm going to be using scrap yarn, a 5mm hook, and using double crochet. We will be working in the round. I will make a magic ring and put 8 double crochet into that ring. I will close that up and chain 3 to begin each round. The second round is the increase in each stitch. I cut the yarn and tie on a new color, and I do this randomly. The third round is also an increase in each stitch. Rounds 4 and 5 will also be increases. You'll see it on the pattern to the left. After that, it will just be double crochets in each stitch until we reach the back of the opening in the cap. I didn't put down which rows these are because it just depends on your gauge and your hat. I really wish I could work this fast, don't you? Look at me go. This is a good way to use up all this scrap yarn. So just make sure to keep your knot in the back and try to work those tails in as you go. I didn't do a very good job of that, so I had a lot of tails to kind of weave in afterwards. I'm measuring here as I go, putting it on top of the hat, and we're going to work all the way down, double crochets in each stitch now. No more increases, and the hat will turn down. And then we will work back and forth instead of in the round. There I am measuring it. So I reach that part, so I know I need to leave an opening about 3 fingers wide like I measure. And so I'm just going to crochet all the way around. And before I make it back to that first stitch in that round, I'm going to stop, leaving about that 3 fingers wide. You measure it how you want, if you want to take exact measurements. I know some people like that. I'm just a fudger. I measure with my fingers and just kind of guesstimate. Sometimes it gets me in trouble. A lot of times it really works out. So when I reach that spot, I go back and start working the other way. And I change colors as I go. And I'm not sure how many rows I did here, but do as many as you need to cover the hat, to go down to the edge of your hat. Now for the Velcro closure in the back, I just, at the end, crocheted a chain as long as that strap, and then I chained 2 more and crocheted back towards the hat, single crochets I believe, and then I went back a couple more times to make it as wide as I needed it. You'll see. Hopefully you won't go too fast and you can see what I'm doing. But then after I've gotten the shape that I want to cover the cap, oh look, I'm pinning it to see how it fits. I will make a black border going around. And I make that the strap with the black border color with the yarn. So I want to end up at that corner where I'm starting. So that's where I start, and I'll end up there as I go around. Now, when I'm making this border, I put 2 single crochets in each post on the side, but when I get to the stitches there, I only do 1 single crochet in there. But every time I'm on the sides with the post, I put 2 single crochets. And in the corners, I put extra stitches with a chain just to make a nice crispy corner. Haha, crispy corner. Okay, look at this, putting the black border. And now we're going to be coming up to that strap area. See? So I need to make a chain that long. Yep. And then I'm going to crochet back. Single crochet is what I think I did. You do whatever crochet stitch you think you need for your hat. This is a pattern that I can't fully tell you exactly how to do it. You have to kind of work it out yourself and figure out where you need to place some stitches. Oh, here I am. I'm decided to ignore those tails for now. But I am going to have to deal with them. Okay, now I'm going to work on the bill. So I make a chain that's just as long as the smallest part of the front of the bill. And then I'm going to go work up double crochets for the first row. And I'm going to chain 3 and turn my work. And on this second row, we're going to do increases. But when we increase, we're not going to increase on the first stitch. The second stitch is where we will do 2 double crochets in that stitch. So that's the increase. And then I will do double crochets all the way down until the second stitch from the last. And I will increase in that stitch. Make my last double crochet and chain 3 and turn around. As I'm working, of course, you can see that I'm just cutting yarn and attaching it. That's how I get that random look. You could certainly make this hat one color or stripes or whatever you want. Okay, so we're going to crochet this to reach the top of the cap. It won't reach the sides, but we'll take care of that. Now on these sides, we will put 3 crochets, 3 double crochets. Actually, I think it's 4 double crochets. Then we turn back around 3 double crochets, then 2 double crochets, then 1, working our way up in a triangular kind of shape. And then we will put a black border around it, just like we did the main cap part. Doing the same thing, 2 single crochets in each post on the sides and just 1 single crochet in regular stitches. So I was being a good girl here and weaving in all my ends before I put the black border around it. Okay, I think I'm going to be starting the black border soon. Yes, I grabbed the black. And make all the stitches you need to make the points at the top. Round off the edges. I made mine a little too square on the front of the bill, but try to make it roundish. You can still kind of stretch the crochet when you are stitching it on there, or just manipulate it however you might need to fit on your hat. Okay, that looks good. Now look, now I have to do all those ends, weave them in. Some of them were weaved in as I went, but I kind of got tired of doing that. So now I have to do it in the end. One way or another, you have to take care of those ends and weave them in. And you don't want to just leave them there. They will poke out. So here I'm getting my little clips, and I'm going to start clipping the crocheted part to the hat just to get an idea, and I can move it around as I need to. And then I'm going to sew the main part onto the hat. And then I will put the bill part on there. When I'm sewing around, I will make sure I attach the front part of this, of the cap to the bill. Now, since I'm not using my quilting thread, which I'm not using it because it's not black, it's beige, and I wanted black. I'm doubling up my thread to make it stronger. When I use a quilting thread, I just use one thread. So here I am. You can see me just sewing away here. I only stabbed my finger once doing this. I love these little clips. They're better than pins. I'm always poking myself with the pins, but these clips are awesome. And when I'm sewing, I try to sew from right to left, because then I can get rid of the pins as I go and they don't get in my way. This is where you can see me sewing this crocheted part to the bill, but very lightly, not too tight, just enough so it doesn't move up, and then secure the ends. Now it's time to put the front part in. Or am I still sewing? Oh no, I'm still sewing around the cap. Now it's time to sew on the bill section. I'm getting excited here because it's almost done. So I'm clamping them with the little clamps, the little clips, and then I just do the same thing. I just sew around in a little whip stitch, making it as neat as possible because this is the front, and I have the crochet coming over just a little bit over the bill. just a little bit. Now I'm going to use my yarn tail that I left and whip stitch this the front cap to the bill part, and it won't move because that I sewed that cap down, remember? So it'll hold it down, and cut any straggling yarn pieces there. Looking good, looking good. Here I am. How do you like my modeling job? Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that and make your own hat.